When it comes to money goals, the easiest way to fall off track is to lose sight of the end game. When this happens, people often become disheartened and lose motivation to continue on with those goals that they may have set. This often occurs when people set unrealistic goals, and lots of people get caught in this trap over and over, impacting their ability to succeed in a negative way. Hopefully, this video will shed some light on why this occurs and what you need to look out for to avoid failing when setting specific goals. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Reese, and in today's video, I'm going to be walking you through the emotional cycles of change and how it affects a person's ability to succeed at anything they set out to accomplish. Let's start by breaking it down into a simple explainer. There are 5 phases of the emotional cycles of change where every single person on earth needs to go through these to reach success. And we start at phase 1, which is known as uninformed optimism. This is where someone discovers an activity, a hobby, or a topic that they think they could become heavily involved in and get really elite at doing it, but they might not know too much about whatever it is. The way that I know someone is in phase 1 is when I hear someone say something along the lines of, "Oh yeah, that looks pretty interesting. I bet you I could do that. I could do that easy. No problems whatsoever. That looks like something that I could definitely do." What's that? People get paid to make YouTube videos? No problem whatsoever. I can post 2 videos a week consistently without any effort at all. I can fit that into my busy schedule. This is going to be a cinch. In this phase, there isn't a lot of thought going into how difficult this might be to implement into someone's daily life. Not much thought goes into how difficult it might be to improve or be consistent with it as well. Which leads us into the second phase, which is known as informed pessimism. This phase usually starts to creep in once someone starts doing an activity. They actually give it a go a couple of times and they start doing it semi-regularly. And the general reaction, the way to tell that someone's in this phase, is if you were to hear them say something along the lines of, "Man, this is pretty hard. I didn't realize how difficult this was actually going to be." Back to the YouTube example, that's where someone would be like, "Man, I did not realize how much goes into making 2 videos a week. I have to spend time scripting a video. I have to set up all of the gear in front of me. Not to mention, I probably have to spend a bit of my own money to buy gear that I don't need, because that's part of this process in most circumstances. To make the quality of a video better, there's going to be a bit of money involved. Holy crap, I actually have to film the video. How many takes am I going to have to go through to get this right? Okay, I'm finished that now. I need to edit the video and put it together. That's going to take time, and I need to do some post-processing as well to make sure that it's succinct and it makes sense from start to finish." This is tough. This is actually something that I don't know if I can actually do this, which takes us well into phase 3, known as the Valley of Despair, where the usual response at this point will be someone saying something along the lines of, I can't do this. This is too hard. It is taking way too much of my time up that I could be allocating to other important aspects of my life. I'm done. I'm giving up. I'm in the Valley of Despair. I am done. Phase 3, see you later. The Valley of Despair truly is a tough place to be, because usually it's when whatever it is that you're doing will be the hardest it will ever be in your eyes. I'm going to circle back to the Valley of Despair a bit later in the video. Let's move on to phase 4, which is called informed optimism. This is when results start to become more clear and well within your reach. Personally, I have gotten into the routine of being consistent to posting to my YouTube channel twice per week. I have developed some templates to help me make videos easier and less time consuming, and I understand the effort that goes into doing this on a regular basis. I make sure that I have everything I need in place to get this done at a consistent level. The response for someone in phase 4 usually is going to be along the lines of, "This is hard, this is challenging, but I can do it. I can keep pushing on. 100% I'm going to get to phase 5, which is known as success." This is when the hard work pays off and you actually do reach that end game of achieving whatever it is you set out to accomplish. To summarize the example of posting twice per week to a YouTube channel, this is me and this is my journey. I set out to post 2 times a week for 3 years consistently, regardless of how many views I get on the videos that I make. Some have done very well, a lot of them pretty average. I don't give a shit. I wanted to prove to myself that I could go through this challenge, give myself enough time to actually take an opportunity and run with it and succeed at it. And I am now well and truly full steam ahead to achieve that goal in about May, June of 2023. I've gone through phase 1, 2, 3, and 4, and technically I've been consistent enough that I'll claim phase 5, but at that end game result, I will claim it officially, having gone through the full emotional cycle of change. Taking it back to the valley of despair now. This is something that I personally have had to overcome and push through many times in my life for many different activities, goals, and challenges that I've set for myself. I do want to emphasize that I have not always been successful. With every challenge that I've tried to accomplish, I have not always been successful, I'll admit it. However, with my financial system in particular, the way I have designed it and the way I have set it up, the biggest focus out of that entire system is to overcome the valley of despair, because it's something that is so important to me and my future. To name a few more challenges, one that was very time consuming and one that was physically taxing, I would put my Olympic distance triathlon, completing that one, on the list as well. And I definitely would add reading every single day consistently for 2 years on there too. It's not something that's going to physically tax my body. It's not something that is going to be that difficult to achieve at the back of your mind, but doing it every day for 2 years straight is something that does take a bit of willpower. You need to allocate time out of your day. You need to make sure that you have everything in place to get past that valley of despair and keep pushing on. No matter how wrecked you are after a really big day out, get that book in your hand, read those pages. It's something that I really want to put some emphasis on, that everything, any challenge, no matter how big or small, it can fit into that circle, that emotional cycle of change. Those 5 points that I've touched on, because at some point it will be difficult in your eyes, and that is that valley of despair moment that you need to press on from. 99% of people fall into the trap of going in circles between those first 3 phases. Uninformed optimism. Let's take it back to finance. I want to build my savings bank account to well over 6 figures, but I've never put in any type of money management skills, and I'm quite poor with money management because it's not something I've practiced extensively. Informed pessimism. I start putting money away into that account, but my savings aren't growing at the rate that I want them to, and that's because I keep dipping into them because I'm not disciplined. There's so much habit building. Like, oh my God, I need to put effort into building new habits to change how I'm spending my money. This is really tough. Like, I did not see this coming. I did not see myself being so poorly disciplined that I can't even build basic savings. And then the valley of despair. Nope, this is shit. My account just isn't growing. Nothing's changing. I'm not achieving what I want to achieve. I'm going on a holiday. I'm spending what's in there now to go on a holiday, which this is also kind of known as shiny object syndrome. It really can be a dangerous cycle or loop to be in, because it usually results in missed opportunities for you to benefit mentally, physically, and financially. I've actually left some links down in the description below to videos I've made on various topics showing me going through the emotional cycles of change. I think they're quite interesting now looking back on them, watching my mentality towards some of these tasks, these challenges, things that I didn't know if I was going to be able to actually achieve them. They're really good examples that you can go and actually see someone who is pretty mentally strong. Like, I think I'm headstrong. I think I'm quite disciplined. I think I have good habit building skills. And even I still had to fight through some of those challenges. So feel free to use them if you want to learn more about them. They're down there, ready to be watched whenever you're ready. And while I've got you, if you could quickly hit that like and subscribe button down below, I really do appreciate the support. It goes a long way for the channel, and it definitely does not go unnoticed. So thank you for taking the time out of your day to quickly do that. Anyway, just to name a few examples of things that people don't often get through the valley of despair for include things like losing weight and trying to eat better, trying to be better with your spending and actually save money, and also people trying to master a skill such as learning a new instrument. Good practice to get through these phases, to get past phase 1, 2, and 3 onto phase 4 on the road to success, is to start with the basics. Get started on the journey without overwhelming yourself too quickly, and be as consistent as possible. When you use these practices, the tasks often stay fun and enjoyable for periods of time, and as you start to see results, you might see some small wins, simple wins, things that definitely will compound over time and help you get to your end result, your end game, over that consistent period, pushing past the valley of despair. And there are plenty of videos, not only on my channel, but the platform in general, all about habit building, how to do it in a healthy way, and how to map out the goals that you want to achieve so that you can actually get to that end result without overwhelming yourself and putting something in place that is just never going to be achievable. Feel free to take a look. I highly encourage you to do that if you're someone who needs a little bit of structure in approaching maybe a new task or challenge that you want to set for yourself. To end today's video, you should now have an understanding of the 5 phases that every single person on earth needs to go through in order to reach success at anything they set out to achieve. With this knowledge, you should be able to go out and set any type of goal and know what phase you are in at every stage as you go. You should also have the knowledge now to understand what type of perseverance is required to push through the valley of despair, which is the overarching objective of getting through the 5 emotional cycles of change, because obviously on that other side of the valley of despair, the grass is definitely greener. The outcome is going to be what you're wanting to get out of whatever it is you started doing. I truly believe anyone can do it. Anyone can push past that valley of despair for whatever it is they want to achieve. Having a head start by understanding what they're getting themselves into, being understanding the emotional cycles of change, is one thing that is going to get them a step ahead as they go into whatever it is, a task, a challenge, an activity, a hobby, you name it. This is power to you, understanding exactly what I've talked about today. I'm just doing this because it's something that I'm very passionate about and something that I think has really helped me change my life over the past 28 years of me being here and basically doing things in general, like anything I've ever done. So that's pretty much all I have for you today. I hope you've enjoyed today's video. I hope it was insightful. I hope you've taken something from it, because I myself, just reiterating it, it's really good just to be at the back of my brain. So if you did enjoy, please hit that like and subscribe button down below. I really do appreciate the support. My voice is going, I'm sure you can hear it. It definitely appreciates the support, and I will leave you there. Have a good day, have a good week, and as always, I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.